Okay, so the diameter symbol. The diameter symbol. There we go. My pen is working. What does it look like? Well, it looks like a circle with a line through it because you were cutting straight through the circle to get the diameter. Now, in this class, I will never make you do this by hand. This is what is called an annotated model. You have a 3D model of your part, or a 3D sketch of it, and when you do that, more or less your text, your dimension, and the symbol, they are in some sort of perpendicular plane to the feature that they're taking care of. Okay, they're in a perpendicular plane to that feature, which means that when you draw it in 3D, it's an angled plane, which is kind of a nightmare. I will never do that to you. That is usually only done in software, okay? So if you see this, think software. Something else is doing that for you. However, you will have to do orthographic drawings. You have to make sure you can actually do it in an orthographic view. So I want you to notice something that's different between these two. In an annotated plane, this dot is a dot. In an orthographic view, you use arrows. You have little arrows right there. Okay, that is one key difference between these. As you can see, all these are drawn straight on. The plane that it is drawn in is the plane of the paper. This is kind of angled. Okay, now there are a lot of different diameter symbols. There's also the spherical diameter in case it was actually a sphere. What is it? Well, it's an S to say spherical, and then the diameter symbol, along with the number. If it's annotated, then it's always drawn in the annotated plane, which is going to be, in this case, parallel to the axis of revolution of that sphere. That is the axis which you can actually rotate it around and it be the same the entire time. And in this case, I'm going to do it only from a side view, not from the front view. As you can see right here, only from the side view. Because most likely I will not be doing this within a full sphere, only with things that have spherical elements. As you can see, that sphere does eventually cut off. And we have our radius and our controlled radius symbol. Now, you can look in your books for the absolute difference between these, but don't worry about it too much right now. Radius, just an R. Controlled radius, also an R. No space between the number and the letter. When you're in your orthographic view, it is ending into an arrow, and the arrow is always touching the radius. Then finally, a spherical radius, because it is spherical in this case, and it is not a full sphere. Now, if it goes past 180 degrees, we would probably bring out the spherical diameter symbol. If it's less than 180 degrees, as you can see right here, it cuts off at a half circle. That's going to be the spherical radius symbol. And you'll see that various times if you try to do that in SolidWorks or other things. There's no space between the two letters or the number value in this case. Now, what is this guy right here, this dotted line right here? What do you think that stands for? I'll just go ahead and tell you that has nothing to do with the spherical radius. That is only because there's a cylinder at the back that we can't see from that view. So don't get confused. Some of these pictures are going to have a little bit of extra detail that are going to throw you off if you're not careful. Also notice, is the spherical radius shown in both views? It is not. It's only shown in one of the views. It's shown in the side view. Okay? It's shown in the side view. It's just helping us realize that this is not a cylinder. Okay, it is not a cylinder, it is a dome on the end of that, and so that's why we put our spherical radius symbol only in the side view where you can see that easily. This is to cut down on misunderstandings, and it's to cut down on the number of places you can put dimensions so that each thing has a specific spot and a specific meaning. So, that'll be it for this time, just talking about diameter and radius symbols and all kinds of fun stuff. So, I hope you learned something. And I will say this, there's a lot of symbols we're going to go over in Chapter 2. You are not expected to memorize all of these right away. We will be going through a lot of these, especially the ones that are like the GD&T, like the form, orientation symbols we're going to learn about a little bit later. I'm going to go over those in detail individually. But you are going to need to know where these are in your textbook, so make sure you read the chapter. Make sure that you are knowing where you can reference them for the future. So, thanks for listening. I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.